In this video, I'm going to cover the basics of how to use your stone and take full advantage of your new BodyRock massage tool. I'm going to cover the shape, different ways to hold it, talk about why it's stone, which is how to heat, it holds heat, so how to heat it, how to chill it, how to clean it, talk about the energy flow a little bit, and then I'm going to give you some little tips and tricks for careful use and working in different situations. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with the shape. All BodyRocks are shaped basically the same way. It's this S shape with what I call the head and what I call the tail. And you've got a large inner curve, a large outer curve, and the flat sides of the stone. And I'm going to show you how to use all those different parts of the stone. So holding it in your hand is the same for all of the stones also. And what I did is I designed it around the three basic ways that we use our hands that are common to all types of massage practice. You use your thumb, you use your fingertips, or you use the heel of your hand to get more pressure. And the BodyRock is going to be the same way. You'd use your thumb, you'd use your fingertip, or you'd use the heel of your hand to get more pressure. You can also use the stone in one hand, you can use the stone with two hands, or you can use a stone in each hand, using two stones at the same time. Okay, now all of the things I'm about to show you are covered in more detail in other videos, so you can go there to learn more about exactly how to use your stone, but I want to cover them quick here. So, like you use your thumb. This way you get a really broad surface. This is great to warm up and to start with. It's the pressure spread over a larger area. When I turn it this way, it's more precise. It's great for trigger points and pressure points, and it really keeps your wrists straight when you're pushing. Turned this way, like you'd use your fingertip, it's the same thing. Your wrist is in a good position and you're able to get focused pressure. You want to be careful because you can get a lot of pressure and you don't want to work too hard. Now, also holding it this way, you've got this large inner curve. That's going to curve to larger muscle, contour to larger muscle areas. The curve is going to fit on your forearms or on your calves or on your thighs. So you get that large contact all the way across. That's nice when the stone's hot too. And then the other way using the stone is in my hand like this. This one takes a little practice, and watch some of the videos that give you more information. But with the stone setting in my hand like this, I'm able to lean in and get pressure from the heel of my hand, and my hand stays very relaxed. The other thing that's great about this position is with just one finger in here, I can hold the stone in my hand and switch back to using my thumbs. I don't have to put the stone down in the middle of using it for deep pressure. That's actually a big deal, and you want to see more ways to use the stone this way. Okay, in this position, I'm going to show you how to use two hands on the stone. So what I like to do is I'll hold the tail with one hand and I'll put the heel of my other hand into the stone, and it lets me get more pressure. It lets me lean into it and lets me control the stone. This is great if you have smaller hands, or if you're using oil and the stone feels slippery, you have a very sure grip on the stone, and you have the flat sides and there's a lot of contact. So if you're using the stone warm or cold, you really get a lot of temperature transference between the stone. Now, you can also use a stone in each hand. So two stones, which is really nice connection. It gives you this nice connected feel when you're working. It's really good for, if they're hot, you can warm up the tissue with these long, broad strokes and get everything warm and get the heat transferred in and everything nice and soft. I have a whole video about how to use it. You should check that out. Also, what's really nice about the two stones, I've talked about they have energy, share energy. Two stones creates this energetic connection that's really interesting. I know it sounds a little woo-woo, but it's actually very cool. So try that out. Now, all of these hold positions I just showed you are the same for any of the different styles of stone. But which style's right for you? The classic is rounded all over. It's smooth, it's great for beginners, it's great for working on muscles, it's great for doing self-massage. The beveled tail style, or any of the ones with the bevels on them, are rounded on one part for muscles, and then they have the edge for working on fascias. to break up adhesions in the fascia and in the connective tissue, like gua sha or like Grafton tools, some of the different A-stem tools. Professionals really like these tools. The chiropractors, PTs, and athletic trainers use the beveled edge tools a lot. And so a great way is to go to the website, look at the videos on each different style, and then see which one's right for you. So one of the reasons I chose stone when I was making the BodyRock is because stone is very dense and it retains heat or cold. You get the stone hot and it just feels nice. The heat radiates down into the muscles. It helps to increase circulation, soften the muscles. It softens the fascia so you can get change a little faster. So you just end up doing less work to get change in the tissue. Now cold is a natural analgesic. Cold helps to calm everything down. It deadens out the nerve impulse, it deadens out the pain. It's great to use cold after you've done any aggressive fascia work. So the best way to heat it, coffee mug, use some hot water. You want it to be about the temperature that you would drink your coffee or tea. If it's too hot, just add a little cold water to cool it back down, and don't fill it all the way up because when you put the stone in, it's going to overflow. Give it a few minutes to get hot. It only takes a few minutes to come up to temperature. The stone won't get too hot on this end, so you can hold it here, test it, make sure it's not too hot. If it burns you, it's going to burn the person you're working on. Now for cold, I like to use ice and water. So a plastic glass works great since you're putting a stone down in it. Stick the stone in there, give it a few minutes to get nice and cold. And if you're using the stone with the edges for fascia, it's great to use it cold afterwards to kind of help calm everything down. So easy to do. You can also use to heat it up or to chill it. You can use an ice pack or a heat pack if you don't want to use water. So after I finish using my BodyRock, I always like to clean it to get the oil and lotion off of it. And the best way to clean it is just some antibacterial dish soap and warm water. I just get it nice and soapy to cut all of the grease. You can soak it if you want to, but I usually don't. Rinse it really good till it feels all squeaky clean, and then set it off to dry. So if you want to get your stone extra clean, then you can use some kind of a sanitizer, or I'll just use alcohol and a paper towel and wipe it down good. Okay, I want to leave you with one more thing that's kind of important. Because a BodyRock allows you to create more pressure, it's also easier to create discomfort, pain, or even injury. So start slowly, be careful, be aware. Start working on yourself to get a feel for it. When you work on someone else, start with larger muscles to get a feel for working on that person. A lot of people want to start with the back. Back muscles are surprisingly thin with lots of bony prominences right underneath. So be careful. Use your thumb and your finger to feel your way through as you go before you do any deeper work. Be careful around any nerves or arteries or veins or lymphatic areas, and just take your time. Enjoy giving healing and enjoy giving relaxation with the BodyRock to yourself or to someone else.